Well, good afternoon, good evening, good morning. I hope you're doing well wherever you are. I'm just inviting Monique on there now. Um, we've got an interesting one for you today, guys. Um, it's how to use Facebook to make sales, right? It's very interesting the amount of people that come on to Facebook and do stuff. I'm just gonna message Monique there on the other side on my computer. Said I'm on, and you're tagged and invited. So I'm really excited because this Monique and she's here. Okay, it's interesting. Monique, I cannot invite you on to go live. I do not know why. I can ask Denise, and that's great. I can't invite you, Monique. Maybe you need to come back in and go out, because I cannot invite you on. I can invite everybody else on. Okay, one sec, perfect. So that Monique is there. I'm just going to do some more invites, and then we'll get into it, guys. Hope whatever you're up to is cool. So just to give you a bit of history on Monique. Monique is the person that started me on this whole Facebook Live thing. Honestly, the first time I met her, I thought she was a bit insane. And she'd be okay with me saying that. Because I thought, my God, what is this thing? Right? I'm going to stand there and look at myself and have a conversation with myself. It has moved an awful lot further from where it was to where it is now. To say the least, it's gone much, much better. And it's become so much more with even the fact now that you can invite people on, right? But the challenge is always, okay, let's be blunt. The challenge always is, and I talk about this, it's great to be watched, it's great to be seen, it's great to be liked, it's great to have fans, it's great to make an impression. All these are fantastic if you're a big brand. But if you're small and medium enterprises or somebody who's selling online, how do you convert this into actually making money for you? How do you use this tool, which is great to have people watching you and leverage and people getting to know you and all the rest of it? How do you actually turn that in and how sales? And that's part of what we're going to talk about. So we talk about a little bit about the history of Facebook and how it's developing. Good afternoon.
Hey, Tony.
Or good morning. Hang on, I turn up the volume.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you fine.
Okay, okay. Hi, everyone. Yes, sorry, I was on live with my iPad, hoping you could invite me there, but it looks like it only works if I'm on my mobile device, so my phone, that is.
Yeah, yeah. It's interesting the way that Facebook kind of brings stuff in and don't bring it across all of the nuance changes between desktop to actual tablet to phone. It's just like, let's not make it easy. There's a couple of things I keep saying, like, and I keep saying this, and I'm really, really upset that Zuckerberg is not watching my videos because he obviously isn't. Because the one thing I have to say, and this is the only negative I have to say about Facebook Live, is I hate the
Sure.
invite piece. Because you're there and you're like, this for, and you're tapping the screen for the first 20 seconds of the video, which I just think is rude. So, but I'm an old fart, so that's okay. You're back?
Are we there? Sorry. Yep, I'm
Yeah.
back. That was
I
me
was
this time.
talking to
That was
myself.
me.
I was talking to myself perfectly there.
No, but you were saying that Zuckerberg, the one thing that you hate about live streaming is the thumb, and you're going like this. "Bleh." That was the last thing I heard.
Yeah, the invites. Why you can't actually invite people before you start is just a mystery to me. I just,
Yeah.
I just think it'd be a courtesy. Outside of that, I was before you came on, I was introducing it. Monique met a 2 years back now at an event in Atlanta with our good friend Matt Basak. We won't
Yep.
mention that Monique and Matt messaged me at the Conor McGregor fight when he was fighting that other fella. I can't remember what his name was.
Yes.
Some
Yes. And we video messaged him as well.
Fair weather, something anyway. Yeah, some boxer dude. And I got it wrong.
Mhm.
much, much to my upset. And to be fair, Matt has not left me living dumb. So we met a couple of years back, guys, and we were literally, again, the interesting thing is even in the States, especially with iPhones, because since I was in the app world, I moved to Android. It was just faster to do stuff. But iOS seems to Facebook seems to prefer Apple to Android for whatever reason, and it comes out first. So the first time I saw Facebook Live was actually Monique was doing one, and I went over and said, "What are you doing?" Because she's standing there going, "Hi, I'm here." It's like, what? You know? So it was actually Monique started. You can actually blame Monique for having this turn up on your screens on a regular basis. It's her fault. Right? So
All
why don't
right.
you tell us a bit about your journey, Monique, and how you started in this and where you came from?
Sure. So, again, thank you so much, Tony, for having me live. And thank you for those of you guys who are watching live and on the replay. So, I got started with live streaming 2015. I'll never forget. December, it was around the holidays. And I was in Miami on the beach. And I was walking around. It was the first time that they launched it open to, as Tony said, in regards to an Apple, only Apple users could go live on their phone. And I remember I was on the beach with my family, and my family's Jamaican. So I decided to do a live stream that says Jamaican traditions during the holidays. And it was really, really fun to see like people just instantly come on board, was asking us questions. And then like my aunt and my uncle and my mom would all chime in. So that was really cool. And then I decided, okay, I'm going to experiment with it some more. So I would do like some whiteboard videos. I remember I did my first ever horrible simulcast. I like had Periscope right here because Periscope was popular. Then I had Facebook Live right here all at the same time. And then I had Zoom on, and I was trying to talk to like three different audiences and platforms all at the same time, and that was hilarious. I look back at that now, and yeah, it looks
That was
horrible. But
ambitious.
anyway,
That was ambitious to say the least.
yes. But anyway, like a month later, I got asked to be featured on a major digital platform, smallbusinesstrends, just by people saw what I was doing. And I was completely amazed by that. And it was great. You know, I got asked to be on like some local stuff here in Atlanta. I'm in Atlanta, Georgia, in the United States. But then all of that excitement quickly waned off because it's great to have like all this publicity, but if you're not making any money, if you're not generating any leads or getting ROI, what's the point? So there was a little hump or struggle there for a good like 10 months, for me to be frank with you, to really figure out, to really test this platform, to stick it out and really figure out ways on generating leads and making sales. And so it wasn't until last year around this time, October, is when things were starting to turn around. And then in 2017 is when I was able to make my first five-figure income just strictly going live and people buying my coaching program that I had at the time that I launched. Then I had a great friend, which you and I both know, Tony, Dustin Matthews. He brought me on to do some live streaming for his book launch that he co-authored with Dan Kennedy, the No BS series, and also
Just to
for
put that into context for the people watching who may not know who Dan Kennedy is, right? Because over
oh,
here,
okay,
Dan
my
wouldn't.
apologies,
You
my
know, no,
apologies.
don't apologize. You're fine. The because
Okay,
Dan wouldn't. I actually attended a couple of Dan's masterminds, right? Um,
okay,
Dan is a 50 grand a year mastermind, guys. He's 50K to go in. He has done work for little people like the Kardashians, Disney, small brands. I was on his newsletter for a long time. He's a very big direct mail marketer, very interesting offline online. So for Dustin to get this opportunity to work with Dan was a real endorsement. So like he's a reasonably big player. Let's put it that way. So then for you to do the videos was a good like. We're just you're being too modest. We're beefing you up here.
Oh
But it's
yes,
true.
yes, and I was just gonna say that he's the famous author and co-author. He came up with this No BS series. So for those who just want to learn about marketing, especially direct response marketing, because that is his expertise, he created such a plethora from email marketing to copywriting, direct sales. He has all these different books, and so Dustin Matthews did a recent launch of the No BS Guide to Powerful Presentations, because Dustin is the CEO of a company called Speaking Empire, where they teach people how to become professional speakers and, more importantly, learn how to sell from the stage directly. So that was a great opportunity, and that's when I pretty much was able to test and tweak and put all of the knowledge that I accumulated since 2015 and put it into this framework and system. And so I decided, actually, at a conference I recently spoke at about 3 weeks now. These weeks are going by so fast, Tony.
It's
And
nearly the time to eat turkey. It's nearly Christmas. Well, you eat turkey and
right, right, I
Thanksgiving.
know. And then what, in a few days it'll be the last quarter of the year. It's crazy. But that's when I was speaking at a conference. The crowd was blown away, and I said, "You know what? This was the first time I was like really showing people what I did and my system and my framework." And then on the spot, because we were allowed to do a soft pitch at the end, I said, "You know what, guys? Because you guys enjoy this so much, I'm going to put a class together and a course together." And so I've been working on that since. And yeah, I call it the Live Authority, but my method, I call it the Masterclass Launch Method. And so basically, it is a method where time and time again, you can use it to either launch or sell your products on Facebook Live all day, every day, literally. I had people who have attended my session and they've gotten great results since. So that's pretty
So,
much my story with
so
Facebook Live.
I'm gonna be the hard arse here, right? Okay.
Of course, of
Uh,
course.
so because people be watching, and I'm going to take the role of the doubting Thomas. I know everything that Monique is saying is true. I've seen some of her system. I know it's true, but I'm just going to ask the questions where a lot of you are asking. So the first question that I would ask in this is: will it work for any product, or is it information products particularly, or will it work for physical products? Is there a particular product range, or is it for most products it will work?
I would say both for most, because for one, like I said, Dustin Matthews, we were selling his book. This is a physical book. He was presenting it and everything, so we were able to generate sales in addition to online information stuff. So, and then recently, Lynn Terry, who is a super affiliate, and some other people have been able to do both. She's done physical and she's done her digital programs. So, yes, it can definitely work for both.
So for all the people who don't know what a super affiliate is, because Monique is speaking office terms, so in the world that we're in one part of the business in the world that I'm in, you actually go and become an affiliate. So for example, I could get an affiliate from Monique if people buy on this and she put on the link. I'm not doing that because I really like what Monique is doing. So I'm not looking for any affiliate over. But in a lot of the situation, there's people who will offer you affiliates. It's a very easy way for people who are starting out to make money who don't want to make their own products, right? In the information
Mhm.
world. So I have a guy who's got green tea. I have a builder. You telling me it's going to work for all them?
Yes.
That was easy. Okay, lads, go about it. Get into it. Okay, so okay,
And
without
right now, I'm actually working with another company that's located here, who sells beard oil for men. So, e-commerce on Shopify and stuff like that. So, I'll be showcasing that during my course. But yes, it can literally work for anything. I kid you not.
no, I know I'm the joker of the two of us. So the question is this: so without giving away, what your IP is and all the stuff you do, can you give us some idea of how it works?
Sure, of course. So basically, the reason why I call it a master class is because
I'm going to
the
sneeze and call
premise
you
or the
cool.
general, I'm sorry.
Excuse me.
Bless you. Bless
You
you.
can really see us now live, right?
Well, you know what? I mean, I'm jealous of people who can sneeze like mice. Like me, they're very loud. I can't help it. So I get it.
When
I'm
something
very jealous of the
blows,
people
it's like a
who like
hurricane. Yeah, yeah. No, I can't do that. It just comes to my toes. So
Yeah, I know. I've tried to like silence them, and if anything, it like erupts my throat and my whole. Oh yeah. Anyway, okay.
moving
So
on.
back to the masterclass. So the reason why I call it that is because the premise is all behind teaching a masterclass. That could be from anything from 1 day to up to, I recommend 3 days, where you go live for a long period of time. If you guys don't know this, the sweet spot for going live is at least 15 minutes. Don't treat live streaming video as regular pre-recorded video. Regular pre-recorded video, people are thinking it's 3 to 5. No, the sweet spot is minimum 15 minutes, and the longer the better. So that's why with the masterclass, you're going to stream at least 1 hour all the way up to, if you're able to, that's on you, 4 hours. That's the maximum amount of time that you can go live on Facebook before they kick you off. Okay? And so,
We're talking about below.
Right. They literally like cut you off. So, so with the masterclass, you do that for a series of days or a day. And basically, what you do is you do some campaigns initially and afterwards where you're integrating messenger communication. And I primarily use the tool ManyChat. A lot of people like to say setting up bots. I don't like to use that word because when people hear that, they're like, oh, bots. It doesn't sound that great. But using it in a strategic manner where you're not spamming people and,
where you're not adding
disrupting their
people
lives all the time.
yeah,
Say
where
it
you're
again.
not adding people to a group chat that they didn't ask to be added to, and you've got 700 people. That annoys me to hell and back.
Right.
So what you're saying, if I get this right, Monique, is you're going to do a live. You're then you have a Facebook Messenger integrated into that.
Yes, you're pairing it up directly with your Facebook Live.
Okay.
We got some angry faces in here. I don't know who that is, but whoever's unhappy, I guess, with messaging messenger bots or whatnot. The reason why I say that
No, it's
is,
not about bots. She's adding about the group. Jerry's talking about the groups.
oh,
Yeah.
okay. Oh yeah, I forgot. This is a lag. Like, with Facebook Live, there's a lag. So I forgot about that. But anyway, that is like, so irritant being added to group chats. Yes, you're right. With this, however, Jerry, it's not group chats. It's still a one-on-one conversation with the person that is going live. It's just a matter of a series. And the reason why we use ManyChat is you can create what you call choose your own adventure communication. I don't know if you guys remember back in the day, choose your own adventure books, right? Where as a child, the book would be presented where you have one way to go and the other, and you get to choose, and then you have to flip a few pages to continue the story. Well, the same goes with ManyChat and using it for Messenger. Initially is you're getting them in by your live streams, by your masterclass, and then you are collecting data at the same time by creating these choose your own adventure type of sequences.
Frank is asking there, is this selling on Shopify?
Is this selling on Shopify? What is selling on Shopify?
You mean selling product on Shopify? I presume you could use Shopify.
Yes. The person that I mentioned as far as my e-commerce beta tester who does beard oil, that's all he does is sell on Shopify. Okay. So yes.
So you drive them in. The live gets their attention. You bring them down into the funnel into a live chat conversation, and through that, then you bring them to an offer and sell them.
Right. So that is just like the very, very broad. There's so many more steps and stuff, and even then, like, you don't even have to do the whole masterclass of 2 to 3 days. If you were to just do a general live streams that is very valuable for at least 1 hour, but you integrate the things that I teach, then like for instance, Lynn
So
Terry,
where
if she has
where
gone,
where are you doing the live stream then? Are you doing it on your profile? Are you doing it on a
you're
specific
doing on your
page?
fan page. You want to do it on your fan page for a number of reasons. There's this really cool feature that you can do within ManyChat, the ManyChat platform, that if, let's just say you and I are live right now on your page, Tony,
Yeah.
and you were going to say, hey, I'm selling that glass right now. If you would like to learn more about the glass that Tony drinks water from, say glass in the comments below right now. If someone did, you could set up ManyChat to automatically open up a conversation with them while you're live or even afterwards. You can only do that though if you're on your fan page. In addition, on your fan page, it gives you way more insights and analytics on how well your live streams are performing. That is not provided on a personal profile or anywhere else. And lastly, if you would like, because you know, live streaming is at the top, the cream of the top of content in regards to the Facebook algorithm. But if you decided you want to put a few dollars behind it with paid traffic, you can only do that if you have it on your fan page.
That was it.
Jerry says,
That was
where's
something
glass, by the way?
I was going to ask you. So you can only boost the post on your page, not on your profile.
Right. And then I also want to say, because I actually just came back from a conference, I have been preaching this, but I'm glad. I love to attend a session where someone is preaching what I'm preaching, and I'm like, yes. So I just came back from Inbound Conference in Boston, and Mari Smith, if you guys don't know who she is, she's the Facebook marketing queen. She's all over Facebook Live, and her session was all about Facebook Live and Facebook Watch, which is a new video platform. Without getting into the details of what Facebook Watch is, she started talking about Facebook Live, and she was saying that whatever you do, this wasn't even in her presentation, like she made sure to stop her presentation. She said, whatever you do, do not boost your post directly on your fan page with that blue button that shows up automatically when you post directly to your timeline on your fan page. Because number one, you don't get as much reach, and number two, you're letting Facebook know that you're an amateur. Versus if you were to manually go through the whole process of setting up a Facebook ad campaign, you get the most reach that way. So I just wanted to bring that to your attention since you mentioned the word boost. I know a lot of people are familiar with it. They're like, oh, yeah, that handy dandy blue button that appears right below your post, especially video. No,
It,
you don't ever want to
it,
boost
it, and
that way. You have to do it the long way.
it's another question that I've asked on many Facebook Lives from Mark Zuckerberg. Again, he hasn't answered, which is getting a bit frustrating at this stage. Is
Sure.
is the fact that where do they come up with the prices? Because it's €3.74. It's never $4. It's never five. It's always this odd, weird number, right? And you're going to reach 17,500 people for this. You know,
Right.
and for me, in all honesty, and it does depend on your business. But for me, again, reach, I'm not overly interested in. I'm interested in engagement. So I'm fascinated that you're saying 15 minutes to an hour. So let me get this right. What you're going to teach everybody comes on the program is how to do an actual like I'm just looking at Jerry there is on does arts and crafts, and she's teaching, right? So she could go onto her
Sure.
fan page, right? What if your fan page has got 10 people? Build it up.
Good question. That is a very good question. So I get asked that all the time. We're human beings, right? So, and all of us have some vanity in us, right? We want to see all of these numbers appearing on our fan page and also on
I
our
know you get
direct
your
live
yeah.
streams. And I get that. And what I would recommend is, and a lot of times the people who are asking me this are like, you know, I got all these friends, but you know, I barely have anyone on my fan page. Okay, so just getting started, I do recommend you go live on your personal profile. However, if you are very serious about using this as a business tool, then no, you're not going to be going live on your profile all the time. I recommend mixing it up, but primarily your main focus should be your fan page, because also, fine, you might have only a little bit of fans, But if Facebook sees that you're consistently using live streaming and people are seeing more of your live streams, you're naturally and organically, without even using paid advertising, get new fans. Because it's been proving in the statistics. Actually, it used to be 3 times. Mari Smith in her presentation, I wish I could remember the number, but that number has increased. People are watching far more live streams than any other content on Facebook. So if people are seeing that you're delivering amazing content on your fan page, they're naturally going to like them. You can even ask people to like or invite people to become new fans before you even go live if you want to spruce it up. But again, I feel like, and I did a live stream about this on a rant on my personal profile on purpose. I was like, stop getting caught up with the vanity of numbers, because honestly, with the live streams, the secret is the replay views. Okay, a lot of people are not going to have a lot of people on live unless you're a big super influencer like a Mari Smith, a Gary Vaynerchuk, you know, people like that. Other than that, don't get caught up as to how many people are actually watching you live. The secret is the replay viewers. So I hope that answers your question, even though it was long-winded.
No, you're doing what you said you, and you're on for 15 minutes. I can just sit here. It's fine.
And the reason why, Tony, 15 minutes is the sweet spot and longer, let me explain to you why. When Facebook sees, okay, Tony has been on for 5 minutes, okay, we're going to start push it out some to his friends and, you know, friends of friends and see how it goes. Oh, he's on for 15 minutes? Oh, we're going to get even more people to see this and push this out. Oh, wait a second, 1 hour? Okay, we're going to get a whole lot more, and it's more of a compounding effect. In addition to, a lot of people are hopping on and off your live streams. Like, if you were to pay attention to your number right now, Tony, like you had 8, then it went up to 12, now we're at 10. So people are hopping on and off. So
Yeah.
a lot of times people are not even staying for the whole time. And so you want to provide that window where people can come on and hop off for as much as possible. So the longer that you go live, the more opportunity you have for people to come on. Versus if you were to have it for a short amount of time, you don't give a chance for people to hop on and check out what you're doing.
No, I can't argue with you because I've tested it and you're right. I think, and that's the God's honest truth, guys. I've already tested it.
I'm gonna give you some heart love for that one. I love that. That was a great. He's like, I can't argue with you. I tested it.
Yeah, but I did. I've checked it. Longer videos convert better, and you would think that would logically you would think it would be the opposite because we're so used to the 90-second rule with YouTube, right? And here's it. I give in.
And hi, Felicia. I see that you're here.
Yeah,
friend of
we
ours.
have loads of people on. Felicia's on, and she said hello. Yeah. So, does this involve Facebook ads? You can use Facebook ads, but you don't have to. Is the reality.
Right. You don't have to if you just want to get started. However, my course and the Live Authority course, I do go over involving Facebook ads because that's what I ended up doing for a lot of my clients.
Yeah, we can hear you, but your screen is frozen, so I don't know. Is it just my side?
Your screen is frozen too.
Yeah, that's interesting. I move in the car to me here, but anyway, we can hear each other, so we keep going.
Okay.
Now we're back. But
We're back.
So
Yes.
here is an interesting statistic for you guys from one of the things that I did, right, with one of my business clients. So one of the clients that I work with, like I'm doing a lot of work, Monique, with brick and mortar businesses, right? And
Sure.
to get them up and get them moving and to digitize the business. I lovingly call the program Digitizer, but I'm very subtle.
I love it. I love it though.
So but one of the guys, we got a very professional video made. He's in the windowsill business, right? Okay, as in windowsills, oh yeah, right? But they're made from airboard coating resin, so they're completely unusual and new, and they've got different benefits and features. But we put a video of him repairing and changing a windowsill on YouTube, and in 12 months it got 800 views, right? Okay. We put this exact same video, not an edit, not 1 millimeter change, on Facebook, and he's at just under 7,500 at the moment.
Boom.
And that wasn't even live, right? That was just
Right.
a video up on the page because it's amazing. Like I would often go back and like you, I would go back and look at the stats, and I'm a firm believer, guys, in quality over quantity, right? Having
Yes.
7 million people look at your video is great if nobody's ever clicked the link or bought a product or done anything. It doesn't matter. I love when they call that tits on a bull. It looks very interesting, but is of no use to anybody, right? Okay, so like the reality is you have these challenges. So when it comes to actually having your Facebook Live working for you, it it is interesting because I've tested and time wise as well in the day. What I'm actually finding is the evening is converting better than early in the day, which I find interesting as well. I'm actually getting more people live. Now here's the interesting. I'm getting more people live on, but I'm getting less replays.
Hmm. That's interesting. And that's for local people in Ireland?
No, because like 3/4 of my audience is the States. So, um,
Okay.
but
So when it's
but I
evening for you though, it's morning
yeah.
here?
Well, it's evening,
Okay.
it's afternoon for you, yeah.
When it's evening for me, it's
Yeah.
afternoon.
Well, you're now at 1 o'clock and I'm at 6 o'clock. So
Gotcha. Okay, 5 year. Yeah, yeah, 5 hours ahead. Okay. Yeah, that's interesting. Because that's another thing people tend to ask me. For me, if I go live in my Facebook group, I'm actually shocked that I have a window from like 12 to 3 p.m. Eastern my time or at nighttime 7 to 10. But if I were to go live on my fan page, like I tested in which I need to retest again going live late so I could get the West Coast, people out in California, it doesn't do too well. But when I go from like 9 in between the hours from 9 a.m. my time to 3 p.m., it works a lot. So for those of you guys who are watching, it depends on, I guess, your topic, your content, and who your audience is. And that's something that you need to test and figure out.
okay, so I'm going to do some more beat up questions, right? So
Sure.
your technique. Now, I am stating this, guys. I do know the answers to these questions before I ask them. This is not rehearsed with Monique and all the rest of it. It's just that I know Monique. Um, the point is this. Okay, so your technique, as opposed to say email marketing or any other form of marketing, how does it compare?
All right, so there's so many different factors, but let me just say this. With Facebook Live, this is the quickest way for you to get instant engagement, feedback, and exposure than any other form of marketing, hands down. Okay, because actually, I loved how you talked about the difference between, that person that you put on YouTube and it kind of flopped. It took a long time for it to get to where it is in Facebook video, even though this is not live streaming. The main difference between pre-recorded video and live streaming video is this. Pre-recorded video is what I call you leave it up to, it's a hit or miss. Number one, you got to know how to optimize a video on YouTube, and if you don't know, then it's very hard. And two, you encounter what I call a um, waiting game where it's crickets in the background. It's like, okay, do people like this? Does YouTube like this? I don't know. Versus when you go live, no matter what, if you go live, people will come on and watch you and engage and ask you questions. And when was the last time that you're able to push something out, right? Unless you are a super email marketer, but push something out where people instantly engage within less than a second, where they hop on. And when was the last time where you wanted to figure out a certain type of content, but if you put it on YouTube and you leave it up to chance, and fine, you don't see people are showing up, so you're like, oh man, okay, they don't like that. Versus you want to test out content, you go live and say, hey guys, what do you guys think about this? And you get that instant feedback. So that's how measures up. However, I want to say it doesn't replace other forms of marketing whatsoever. If anything, it can be integrated easily within your existing marketing systems and strategies and even your sales funnels. Another thing I want to bring to your attention in regards to, we talked a little bit about Facebook Messenger and ManyChat. Messenger bots and all that stuff can never, ever, 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 ever replace email. However, I do want to bring to your attention, when was the last time you sent out an email message and you got a 99% open rate and a click-through rate of approximately 30% and up? Anyone who's familiar with email marketing knows those numbers are astronomical. And imagine being able to do that and pair it up with live streaming video. That's freaking amazing.
No, I like integrated marketing. To be honest, guys, and there's a couple of things I want Monique said there I want to address, but I like integrated marketing that you're using all different techniques. The interesting thing, and I taught this to one of a couple of lads from my one of my Build My List membership and all that are on at the minute, and I talked to them the other night. So I launched a product the weekend before last, right? And I'll say it honestly. I tested it using Facebook Live to see was an interest. I titled it and said, "Is this going to work?" And I watched the views over a day, and my goal was, okay, if this goes over 500, I make the product. If it doesn't, I don't make the product, right? And it went over 500, and then so all of a sudden I now see, ooh, hang on, there's an interest there. So it's a very, very smart, quick way of actually testing, because from the world that where I come from, right, which is retail and the rest of it, you go out, you buy a product, you go and you bring people into your shop, you take them by the hand and you sell to them. The challenge today for most businesses is that's gone. I can no longer sell, because we can keep your attention here as long as you're interested. We can't keep you here, right? Like, you know, the old door-to-door salesman where he knocks. You always knew the door-to-door salesman when I was a kid growing up, because their right foot was bigger than their left foot, because it was so used to getting doors slammed on it, right? To get them out. Because the first trick was to put your foot straight into the door jamb, right? So that the person couldn't get away, so you got into the house. Whereas all those days are gone. But now you've got a situation with this. And the other thing that I talk about as well, which is interesting. So I brought Monique on, and you're all watching it, and thanks for coming on. We appreciate you being here. But the interesting thing is that, you know, you don't have to be somebody famous. You don't have to be a Gary Vaynerchuk. It's a level playing field for all of us.
It is, because I think the last time when you and I were supposed to go live and we talked a little bit afterwards, yes, this is the only medium and platform that levels the playing field, guys. I don't know if people are really realizing that. So that's why when you asked that question earlier, oh, I only have 10 fans on my page, 10 likes. Well, I'm going to be transparent with you guys. If you go to my fan page, I have close to maybe 200 people that like my fan page. Mind you, I'm rebranding, but I was able to sell 10 figures this year in the first couple of months, and I only had, what, at the time, 100 something followers.
You're just showing off. You're just showing off.
I'm being serious.
I know.
But this
I know
was
you
just
are.
me. If you guys were watching a part of my story of me experimenting, okay? Like, I'm being transparent. Yes, I hopped on. I got some immediate exposure, but the thing that's important is I wasn't making any sales. I wasn't generating any ROI, any leads. And so I struggled with that for 10 months. I put in the work, the sweat and the tears, the blood, sweat, tears, whatever you want to call it, the sweat equity. And I'm on the other side now. And you guys know it doesn't have to take a lot of followers to make it happen.
So for the person that's sitting here watching, because this is the one I get a lot, right? Because you know I own the group. Well, own is an overstatement. Zuckerberg owns it, but we have a group called the Facebook Live.
You lead this group. You're a wonderful leader, Tony. On me, and I'm assuming I did too.
No, sorry, somebody tried to ring me. I hate that when people are ringing my phone. It's very annoying.
Oh yeah. That's another thing, guys. Put your phone on airplane mode and have the wireless on so you don't get interrupted.
The problem with my wireless is that's great, but if it rains, my wireless goes to hell and back. So,
oh, gotcha.
You know, so it's on board. But so because of the group and all the rest of it, and the people that I talk to, here is the challenge that I get from most people. I don't want to go. I don't want to go on camera. I don't want to sit there looking at myself, talking to myself.
Good point. So I understand that that can be very overwhelming and daunting, and people might not necessarily have the personality for it. Because let's be honest here. If you're boring, people are not going to listen to you if you don't have that personality. Okay, I'm just letting you know that. I'm being honest. Okay, so if you're boring, don't know. However, there are ways on you going live where you could show a screen over the shoulder, or where you can show a board, or you can provide a tour of a place. Or for instance, there's these two wonderful ladies in Jamaica, Alicia Little and Lorette, the Little sisters. They do live streaming for local businesses, and what they do is they provide tours. They don't even show necessarily the face of the person who's live. They're showing the tour of something. Okay, so and there's also third-party softwares. I don't want to get complicated with you, but there are softwares out there that allow you to share your screen and things, so you don't necessarily have to show your face. Okay, so
yeah, but
don't worry about that.
But this is the only thing we're going to disagree, because I actually disagree with that, right? From the length of time I'm in business, people do business with people. Okay.
Well, they know, right?
The reality,
yes.
And they know it, and this gives you an opportunity. Like the way I look at this is, we'll take Dave Letterman, right? If I walk into a room in America and I say, Dave Letterman, do you think he's a good guy or do you think he's a fool, right? People will have an actual answer, because they know him and because they've seen him. So to me, it's just a matter of getting over the fear, because none of us, let's be honest, none of us like looking at ourselves. Most actors won't go to a movie that they're in, and they're being paid millions for it to see themselves. So like, we're now sitting there, and it is weird. Let's be honest. You're sitting there looking. I'm sitting there, small picture of you, big picture of me.
Right, but let me add, because I didn't finish. I was just saying for people to get started, but I was gonna give some tough love. I was gonna turn into Tony here. For those of you guys who are, so scared and to go on video and stuff. Number one, I want to say get over it, because as Tony stated, people do business with you, and they do it based on seeing you and your face and whether they like you or not. Number two is that is you being selfish, because you're making it about yourself, when really it's all about educating people in your audience and making it about them. And that's the thing about social media and social, right? It's about them and not you. And if you get caught up with, I don't know how I look on camera, I'm not comfortable with it, the only way for that to happen is for you to practice. And that's you being selfish and you holding back your message. You're making that stop from you serving other people of value that you could provide. And it doesn't have to be fancy. I mean, you could look at Tony. Tony started off, when he did it, he was like walking in the park and stuff. Now he's set up in an office and he's breathing hard. It's okay. It's a matter of, if anything, this is what I encourage you to help get over that hump, is to go live, but do it for yourself. Make it where it doesn't go live to the public. You can set it up where it's just private and you only see you. So you can get out the quirks and all that other stuff out. But other than that, if you get caught up with, I don't look good, or I'm shy and I'm deathly afraid, that's of you being selfish and you're making it about yourself. And that's something you genuinely need to get over with. But at the same time, in which I talk about this in my course, the successful formula of a live stream is education plus entertainment. And between the two, entertainment trumps education hands down. Absolutely. Okay, so there needs to be an entertaining piece, and that's why I talked about having some sort of personality or adding something to your stream. Because in all honesty, if you're talking and I'm on here, you guys can tell I'm passionate about this. But if I were to be like, so yeah, Tony, so for Facebook Live, this is what you do. You go live, you press the button, and then you do, like, people don't want to listen to that. People don't have time for that. So there needs to be some sort of passion, and that's why it's great to go live about things you love, especially if you're just starting out. So hopefully that helps.
Yeah, no, I agree 100%, because to me, this is an extension of reality TV, right? Like, you had all the superstars, all the superstars had it. like I joke at one of some of my boot camps. I talk about the Kardashians, right? And I was like, you know,
Mm.
they make they whatever you think of them, right? They're fantastic at making popcorn television. You met Dave
Yep,
Seymour, right? Dave does Flipping Boston, and
of
Dave
course.
says it's popcorn TV. You got to be able to go make a bowl of popcorn, come back, and not miss anything. But like as I say with the Kardashians, it's you know, what we do today. We go shopping. Will we go shopping? Yes, we go shopping. Oh, okay, where we go shopping? I must put on some lipstick. Really? What are you going to use? I don't know if I'm going to use the cherry or if I'm going to use the raspberry. What do you think? And then you realize that the show is over and they still just about pick the lipstick. So it does not have to be anymore. Like, let's be honest about this. You know, a Facebook video was founded on cats chasing flashlights, like, you know, people with torches. So it does not actually have to be Shakespeare or War and Peace. It just has to be,
Right.
you know, something that people will want to watch. And again, with me, like it is interesting. You start noticing the nuances that you do, and I also call them the newscaster. This is the first one that we all do. Hi, my name is Anthony McCarthy, and I like to go walking on a Sunday. And it's like, you have an audience, right? You know. Even though, to be fair, I am talking at about 1/10 of my normal speed because you're here.
Right. That's true.
Okay, Monique, so have you a link that people, if anybody's interested, go check? Do you want to stick it into the comments?
Yes, I'll put that in the comments. The course that I have, guys, just to let you know, it's called Live Authority. It's a 6-week live talk class. We start on Monday of next week, and we have quite a few people who signed up. And if you're wondering what the course covers, it covers in detail what I talked about as far as the live masterclass launch method. I show you everything. I'm not holding anything back. As in addition to case studies and people who've already joined in and have gotten results. So I am putting that in the links right now. You can go to bit.ly forward. Put it in the post right here. There we go. That is the link. But yes, I would love to help those who are here who are really serious about not only closing out 2017 with a bang, because the last quarter starts, what, in a few days, okay? We have 3 months left of this amazing year, and then to kick off 2018, because live streaming is here to stay. It's not going anywhere. It's
Well,
not going anywhere. And
Zuckerberg has nailed these colors to the mast. What did he say? Was it 2021? He reckons 90% of all, or
right,
98% of
where
all will be
all of
video.
Facebook is going to be video. So get on it right now, because already the organic reach of live streaming has already started to trickle down, just like how it happened to fan pages, because Facebook is in the pay to play business model. Okay, right now they've been doing this for beta to help people build audiences and things, just like when people hopped on the fan page train. Those who built those amazing audiences are still doing well, even though their organic reach has dropped tremendously, because they put in the hard work. And this is the time for you all to jump
Their
on
organic
now.
reach has dropped to 2.5%. See, you're much nicer than I am because you're much politer. I call it the cocaine model. Facebook give you the cocaine for free, get you addicted, then they charge you for it. So it will
Right.
cost you a lot of money to learn otherwise. I'm going to say this in front of Monique, guys. Anybody who knows me, I don't recommend people that eat easily and that often. Monique is the girl who started me on all of this. She is responsible for this turning up on Facebook. I can tell you 1000% she knows her stuff. And I've seen some of the stuff that she's doing, and I know she's converting off of Facebook. And I can hand and heart say this: she's one of the few people that I know in the industry who's converting off of Facebook. There's a lot of people on here, and as I already said, it's like tits on a bull. It looks very interesting, and they're very great and all the rest of it, but they're actually doing nothing. And a lot of what Facebook is talking about is for the big brands. I was up with the Irish version of Walmart, the European version of Walmart, and I was in a room with them, and the guy was showing, oh my God, this is amazing. Look, for just $50, you can reach 17,500 people. And I was looking down and saying, yeah, but your engagement is 322. you know, so like that's not great, you know, for me. So it's a never-ending, moving feast with Facebook. It's always changing. However, they are core competencies that you need to learn, right? One is advertising, being perfectly honest. It changes, it moves. I never get worried about the dashboard because the results are pretty much the same. The other one is
Mm-hmm.
posting and what to post and fan pages and that type of. And then third one is no Facebook Live. And I can't say it stronger, guys. It's Facebook Live. And you know, I don't teach Facebook Live. We've got the group. I give people tips on their business. I use Facebook Live a lot. I'm actually going to be implementing some of the stuff that Monique and myself have talked about, and I'm going to implement that in myself into my own strategy because I think it's so clever, and you're going to start seeing some of it. And the next one I'll be doing will be off my page because I did not realize the mini chat, even just this conversation alone with Monique has educated me, right? I'm not saying that I'm the second coming of God or anything, but I've been around the block when it comes to Facebook, right? Like, I'm one of the few people who had 3 accounts on Facebook at one point. I have 15,000 people on Facebook. You know,
Yes.
they woke up.
And again, thank you so much, Tony. Yes, because Tony, we met a couple years ago. As I always say, he's my favorite Irishman. I actually
I don't believe a word of
met
it.
quite a few fellow countrymen at this conference, guys, and I was like, yeah, I have my favorite Irishman already. His name is Tony. So, but anyway, yes, if you all have any questions, please leave them in the comments down below. Those of you guys who are watching us live and also on the replay, leave any questions, check it out. Let me know what you think. Again, we're starting next week and I'll be closing it off. This is the opportunity where I am doing it live with you, so you actually get more time with me. But when I relaunch, you're not going to get as much time with me. So this is the
Yeah,
opportunity for
you want to
to
have the
really get
opportunity because you'll have more people, and that's
right.
the other
Exactly.
thing, guys, is like you get offered opportunities, and I know this. You get offered opportunities, and like you move fast. If you're the first in, there's an awful lot about being first in. I was talking about that with the Google product I launched recently. It's the same with this. You know, when you're the first one in, it makes a colossal difference. And the other thing I can say is, and you can gather from this, right, is that Monique will give you every help that she can. She wants to make you a success. There's a quick pro quo on this, right? For anybody on our side of the camera, let's be perfectly blunt. There's a quick pro quo, right? Monique is charging a very small amount of money, in my opinion, for this program. Okay, the price will go up, I have no doubt, because you get more success stories, and the more success stories you get, the more she charges, the more business she get. She wants you to be a success story, so she gets there, right? That's how
Yes.
this game works. I'm not gonna, you know, we all do. We all use the same. So you start low, you get in successes, you bring it up, and the price goes up. Why wouldn't it? You've got more proof, you've got more social proof, and more people are doing well with it. That's how it works.
Right. Thank you. Yes, that's very much the reason why I'm doing this as well. And again, you can head on to bit.ly// capital LIVE capital A Live Authority and go on with that and it'll push you to the sales page. People love the video I put together because literally it's just like a
That's
mini
very good.
documentary
If
of
you
my
if you've
story.
no interest even in buying, it's just worth it to go see the video because like you started off and you stop and it's like no, I didn't like that. I was like what? You got me to stop because I'm a scroller, right? Like when you go to, and this is a whole separate conversation, but I'm a scroller on sales pages. So a lot of people like me will hit the video and you go on, and next thing she goes, no, that's wrong. You kind of go back over. So what's she doing? That was a good video to give you. So
Oh,
guys,
thank you, thank you. So yeah, definitely check out the video. Hopefully, by me just being transparent and sharing with you my story, will help you take action. Because this is great. You attended, you might feel inspired, but all of that doesn't matter if you don't actually take action. I made sure I said that in my most recent conference presentation, and that's what I want. I don't want people who are information seekers in this program. I want people who are actually going to take action and not people who are going to take digital dust. So I just wanted to be transparent with you guys. If you're just there to buy a new program, I don't want you to be a part of it.
well, the other thing as well, guys, is to be perfectly blunt, right? You heard Monique. Monique spent
Yeah,
10 months in the desert with this, right?
right.
So she spent 10 months in the desert learning all of what she's done to get the conversions. And as I said, she's one of the few people that can make conversions. So, and Monique does this full time. So if you're in something else or you've got your own business and all the rest of it, by walking, and you've heard me guys say this 1,000 times, if you've been any of my talks, walk in the footsteps of somebody who's done it. When I started with the internet, when I moved, I went and lived with Matt Basak in his basement, right? I went to the top person at the time in email marketing, and I went and I worked with Matt on a couple of his launches, and I went in and I learned because I moved much quicker, right? And the point is, the slower you are, just like what we're seeing happen on Google, just like what we're seeing happen in every Facebook and everything else, the slower you are, the more crap is in front of you, the bigger the
Yep.
mountain gets. So my advice is, I know Monique will look after you. Monique, thanks very much for chatting. It was a pleasure as always.
Yes, thank you, thank you. And thank you so much for those of you guys who are watched live and also watching the replay.
Yeah, there was a few chats went on. I was watching those. So Colette and Jerry were having good conversations. Thanks for everybody to coming on. I hope you enjoyed it. If you got any questions, or if you got any questions in it and you want to ask me as well, feel free to message me. You know, we're connected. There's no problem. The next video will be from my page because I've learned 3 things that I've taken away from this conversation. So thank you very much, Tony.
Woohoo!
You know, we love you.
Yay! I'm
See
excited
you.
to hear about your
We're still
results,
teaching
Tony.
it. Perfect. Have a great evening or afternoon, and thank you for coming back since you're just off a plane. So Monique has just literally flown back in from Boston. So, to be honest.
No,
And
thank you. Enjoy your evening as well.
oh, I will do that.
Okay.
All right, great to see you. Thanks, guys. Thanks for
Bye.
everybody coming on. Colette, Jerry, let's do we do a quick run. David, Colette and Jerry, you're having a great conversation. Telman was on. Telman, good to see you. I don't know if you're still on, but it's good to see you. Sean
Frank,
Purcell, still there.
Denise.
Thomas Murray, Niall McGarry, Connor, Tracy Dominic, and I'm run out of David. I've run out of Brett. So thank you everybody who came on. Thank you very much for watching, and hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. And please go and check out the page anyway, make your own decision, but I can't recommend it highly enough. See you, Monique. Keep smiling.
Bye.
Bye.